be aware of only a few chunks of information at once. That's what's in your conscious mind. And your unconscious mind is basically what overflows out of that. So if you think of it in these terms, hypnosis is drawing the client's attention to whatever aspects of their mind are there. And you trust and you have faith that they can do it. And often they don't believe in themselves. So sometimes you have to do double duty. You have to have faith in them, and you have to have enough faith that your faith is stronger than their lack of faith in themselves. And then you bring attention to everything that's already going on in their minds, or that has gone on in their life, that will help them make the change they want to make. When you go to school. Because when you go to school, you learn to think in a different way. You learn to think more critically. And by the way, the critical faculty is there for a reason. I mean, you can't go through life accepting every advertising message, every influence, every, suggestion that's been given to you. You have to have a barrier to the world, blocking suggestions from your mind, but it means that beneficial suggestions also get blocked. Right. So in hypnosis, we get this block out of the way, different ways to do it, but to get the block out of the way so that as a hypnotist, you give suggestions to the client, and they're almost like in this childlike accepting state where they're welcoming suggestion and they're able to think and feel and perceive in ways they wouldn't when the critical faculty is there. Yes. I don't believe that's the case, because it's not a matter of education so much as attitude. And if you're really educated and you've seen a lot of perspectives on the topics you're educated about, then you're used to taking on different mindsets and different perspectives and different ways of seeing things. I know that hypnosis is correlated with intelligence, or hypnotizability is correlated with intelligence. Somebody who's more intelligent can be more easily hypnotized. Somebody who's more imaginative is more easily hypnotized. Somebody who's more educated, I don't know whether there's a correlation, but I would expect somebody who's more educated is more easily hypnotized. Because hypnosis is not trickery. A lot of people think that hypnosis is trickery. If it's trickery, then of course the more educated you are, the less it would work. But it's not, it's teaching the client how to use their mind. It's teaching the client, how to think in a different way. That's something where education and intelligence and imagination are only benefits. So that's how I see things. A misconception is that somebody who can easily be hypnotized is weak-minded. But that's assuming that hypnosis is trickery, and it's not. The people who respond well to hypnosis tend to be imaginative, tend to be able to see things from different angles, tend to have a way of entertaining something in their mind that is outside of what they're really used to. So somebody who is in fact weak-minded is less likely to go into hypnosis because they're just stuck with where they are. I mean, some people say, well, I'm too strong-willed to be hypnotized, but it's not a matter of will, because it's not that the hypnotist is fighting against the client to get the client into hypnosis. If that were the case, then a strong will would prevent people from being in hypnosis. But it's a friendly relationship. It's that the hypnotist and the client are on the same side. And because you're on the same side, it's not a matter of how strong the client's will is. The stronger it is, the better. The stronger the will, the easier it is for them to go into hypnosis, to focus on the changes they want, and to make those changes happen. Another misconception is that hypnotizability is gullibility, and part of the reason for that is a lot of the people hear the word suggestible, and it sounds like susceptible. And a lot of people say, can I be susceptible to hypnosis? But that makes it sound like a disease. I mean, hypnosis isn't anything to be susceptible to. So I actually don't use the word suggestible to clients, just because some people mishear it as susceptible. And nobody wants to be susceptible to anything. So I say responsive to suggestion, I say hypnotizable, I say able to form a link between your conscious and your unconscious mind. But I don't use the word suggestible usually. And some people think that being hypnotizable means you're gullible, which sort of relates to the idea that you're weak-willed, but there's a difference. A child, for example, would be gullible because they don't know the difference between what they should accept and what they shouldn't accept. Suggestibility is when you know the difference, but you can accept it.